House Speaker Mike Johnson, along with a group of Republican lawmakers, is traveling to the southern border today. And it comes after a record number of migrants crossed into the U.S. in December. CBS News gained exclusive access to a Border Patrol facility in Eagle Pass, Texas. Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan was there. Margaret, good morning.
Good morning to you. And Eagle Pass, Texas is one of the busiest border entry points in the country, and it's set to reopen tomorrow. It has been shut down for 2.5 weeks because border officials here told us they just didn't have the manpower or the resources to be able to process the sheer volume of asylum seekers crossing, or even to apprehend those who were trying to cross illegally. And you will see in this drone image of the facility these migrants were being held in, it was about 6,000 people at its peak right before Christmas. The agents told us they were so overwhelmed they could only guard 4 miles of the border. That left 90% of it unpatrolled. And officials here told us they don't know what they missed during that period of time. That is why they are so concerned about needing more resources. We talked to these officials inside the facility, and they told us the estimate here is that smugglers make $32 million per week just getting people into the United States through these illegal means. 40% of those crossing are families, 60% are adult males. And those smugglers, Border Patrol believes, are targeting these remote, thinly staffed areas deliberately. This is a business. And the migrants that are crossing are here, mostly from Venezuela. Border officials told us, though, they've seen people come from as far away as Asia and Africa, 61 different countries of origin. So during the peak, it was just truly overwhelming. And for those migrants who crossed in here, who could have, at least on paper, have been deported, Border Patrol told us they didn't even have the resources to do that. They just gave them notices to appear sometime in the future and release them. So the main ask we are hearing on the ground is for lawmakers in Washington to provide more money and resources and provide consequences for illegal entry so migrants don't even try to get to the border in the first place.
Margaret, the phrase like more resources doesn't seem significant enough to describe what this ask is. I mean, when you say 90% of the border, you know, they can't do anything about it. They can't watch it. It says to me a major overhaul is needed, which, as you know, lawmakers have been talking about for decades now. Later on today, you're going to be interviewing Speaker Johnson. How does border policy fit into his legislative agenda this year?
Well, Amory, you're exactly right. And we've seen in our CBS polling that immigration is one of the very top issues for voters across the board. It's right there underneath the economy. So there is a political incentive to cut a deal. For Republicans, they have made this a signature policy issue. And that is why House Speaker Mike Johnson is coming down here with about 50 different lawmakers or more to look at that very same facility we got access to and to talk to state officials about what's happening here. They say to better understand, but it's unclear what the future of legislation is. The White House is negotiating with a bipartisan group in the Senate to try to do what you mentioned with that immigration reform in addition to more money. But it's not clear if, even if they reach a deal, if it has the votes in the Senate or in the House. So it is just really here on the ground. I can't emphasize enough what officials are saying, which is they want to do more, and they're just asking for the resources to be able to do it.
Wow. Margaret Brennan, thank you so much.